every Supreme Court nominee, from William Rehnquist and Lewis Powell, who were both nominated and confirmed in late 1971 and sworn in during the first weeks of 1972, through Sotomayor and Kagan. We selected the early 1970s as a starting point, mindful of the feminist movement's influence at the time. Our empirical research revealed that women are, in fact, portrayed in explicitly gendered and often unfavorable ways, specifically in the context of appearance, marital status, motherhood, and sexuality. The media frequently commented on the female nominee's attire, childlessness, dating life, and sexual preferences, among other topics completely unrelated to their competency for judicial office, in stark contrast to coverage of their male counterparts. We concluded that the gendered media coverage of nominees serves as a proxy for how women fare in the legal profession and all workplaces. Our study was the first to undertake such a comprehensive empirical evaluation of the gendered portrayal of Supreme Court nominees. This is surprising because vacancies on the court generate a significant amount of public scrutiny and attention. Less surprising, perhaps, were the study's results. After embarking on this project, we soon learned that others were engaging in similar conversations about the media's portrayal of nominees. We posted an abstract of our media study article on the Social Science Research Network and quickly received an email from Linda Greenhouse, a professor at Yale Law School and New York Times op-ed contributor and former Supreme Court reporter. She relayed that her students were also concerned about these very same issues. One article in particular stood out as we read through thousands for the media study. That article contained a rather colorful description of the physical appearance of a female judge from California who appeared on President Richard Nixon's shortlist for the Supreme Court in 1971. We were stunned to be learning of her story for the first time in this way. Why hadn't we read about this accomplished female jurist in our high school history classes, or even our law school classes on feminist history? How many other women were shortlisted before Sandra Day O'Connor became the first to join the U.S. Supreme Court? Who was the first president to include a woman on the shortlist? How might the court be different had women been selected before O'Connor? Might this have avoided the continued disparities for women, especially minority women, in positions of leadership and power in law and other professions? To answer these questions, we first researched presidential archives. We uncovered not only the story of the female California judge, but also those of 8 additional women formally shortlisted by presidents before Sandra Day O'Connor, going all the way back to the 1930s. We wanted to learn more about these women, so we visited libraries and museums across the nation to review collections of their personal papers. We looked to the research of historians and other scholars. We read autobiographies, biographies, news articles, and oral histories. We even attended the memorial service of one of the women. Since many of the women are no longer living, we intentionally decided not to conduct personal interviews in order to maintain a consistent approach for all. As we immersed ourselves in the lives of these women, we observed commonalities and themes that are relevant today for addressing unequal gender representation in positions of leadership and power. We also saw in them images of ourselves both personally and professionally. This is how Shortlisted, Women in the Shadows of the Supreme Court began. Our commitment to this project persevered through several professional moves over the course of a decade that took us to opposite ends of the country. We hope the stories of these women inspire you as much as they have inspired us. Introduction. Shortlisted, adjective. Qualified for a position, but not selected from a list that creates the appearance of diversity, but preserves the status quo. As the New York Times reported in 1971, Mildred Lilly, fortunately, had no children. The article marveled at how she maintained a bathing beauty figure in her 50s. Lilly was not, however, featured in the news as